Guys, welcome back to Unleash. So recently Alia Bhatt shared her Vogue Secrets video and it went really viral and I just had to try it. So in this video I'll be trying out Alia Bhatt's skincare and makeup regime and let's see how it goes.
Obsession.
So she starts the video off with washing her face. Now I just came after a bath, so that's already done.
I usually wake up very sort of puffy in the morning. Icing really helps get away. I literally dunk my face in ice. So here goes. And then I come up and then I go back inside.
Okay. It's my icy cold water and let's just go with it. Wow, that was quite refreshing. So that's done and let's see what the next step is.
Take like 4 to 5 pumps.
So she says that the next step is her moisturizer, and the one she uses is actually a Korean product, and I also use a Korean moisturizer. So I am moisturizing my face just like her and massaging it into my skin like she's doing it in the video. Okay, so moisturization is done and next she uses a sunscreen.
With sunscreen, very important.
So actually I've played the video on the TV over here, so I'm watching here. She uses sunscreen and since I'm filming it in the evening, I won't be doing that. However, next step is lip balm, so let's do that. I am using good old Vaseline. Okay, so let's see what's next.
My next step would be, I don't use foundation. Even if I'm going out, I go for skin tints, and I like to go for skin tints that have some SPF in it. Also, yeah, I do have this thing where I use my hands. I don't use brushes when I'm applying any of my tints on my face. I just feel like I get a more even finish. I like to mix that with a little bit of an illuminating primer.
Okay, so she says that she doesn't use foundation. Instead, she uses a skin tint mixed with an illuminating primer, and she mixes both of them and applies it onto her skin. I'm applying little dots of it all over my face and I'll be blending it with my fingers just like she did in the video. Okay, so just like Alia, I blended the foundation with my fingers and I have to say it does look really natural and I don't see any patches and it's like it blended into my skin really well. The only thing is that the Lakme CC cream comes in only one shade and it's a little bit light for me, but I think over time it will like oxidize and it will look better. So the base is done. Let's see what's next in her.
This NARS creamy concealer. I have this little assistant guy who's been following me for quite a few months now.
Okay, so next up she uses a concealer to cover up her blemishes and I'm using the one by Wet n Wild because this is like my tone. So it can easily help cover up the blemishes. I do have one or two here. She also uses the same concealer under her eye and I'll be doing the same. I'll be blending it with my fingers. Although she's using a blender, but I prefer to blend my concealer and foundation with my fingers. And a little dab and they'll be done. So concealer is done. Let's see what the next step is.
That I would go in with powder. So I go for like a lovely translucent powder. This is the Hourglass powder.
So next up she uses a translucent powder and I'll be using this one from the Pop XO makeup series. And let's set our skin.
It's rosy drops. This is just one layer, by the way. I do apply blush.
Okay, so next she's using a liquid blush and the blush she uses is actually kind of peachy, peachy. So I'll be using this peach blush by Swiss Beauty. It's like a lip and cheek tint. So I'm taking a little bit on my fingers and just like her, I'll be placing it on my cheeks.
I first go in with a cream color base. My go-to.
So next she uses a cream eyeshadow and because I'm using a tint, I think this can be used also for the eyeshadow. So I'm using the same on my lids because This is like a cream eyeshadow. It's like a multi-purpose thing, so you can use it on your cheeks, eyes, lips, literally anywhere.
Palette. Okay, it's the Too Faced palette. I have a lot in this pink zone.
So Alia uses a peachy eyeshadow and I'm using this one by Makeup Revolution. So I'm using a peach shade all over my lids and I'm blending it with a soft and fluffy brush. I absolutely love this palette because it has all the shades that you would ever need.
With this, and I would mix this a little bit. I'm obsessed with putting this under my eye.
So she's using those same shades under her eye and I'll be doing the same, and she uses it to open up her eyes and it definitely does that job.
Go for like a little lighter, shinier peaches and cream and nectar.
Next she's using a bone and glitter shadow mixed and applying it under her eyebrows to make it pop. I'm using a flat brush to place the product under my brows. She also uses that same color in her inner corner to open them up and bring some lightness into that area.
Next would be brows.
Okay, so next she uses a brow pencil and she says that first she goes in with the brush. So I'll be doing the same. So she brushes her brow hair with a spoolie and it helps remove all the excess product that might have been built.
I use the Benefit. After he shaped it for me, I mean, of course, there was a lot of like, whenever I needed to do any clean.
So she just shapes it very lightly. So I'll be doing the same. And so that's about it. And let's see what the next step is in her regime.
I actually don't have really lovely long lashes like my husband.
Okay, so next up she moves on with the eyelash curler. So I'll just grab that very quickly. So I have grabbed my eyelash curler and it's time to curl those lashes. I don't know, something about the eyelash curler makes me really scared. It just always feels so risky. Okay, so the next step is mascara and I am using this one by Maybelline and I just love this mascara because it really curls and lengthens my lashes. It's just the perfect mascara. So the mascara is on
with my concealer.
Okay, so next up she uses a concealer and I'll be using a lighter one this time because the previous one was like a match to my skin tone. So a few dots here, a few dots here. And that's how it's looking. Again, blending it out with my fingers. Oops. Okay, so the next step that she uses is a contour.
But have fun in the end, you know. Like, it's not about like, I don't think it's as specific and technical for me. This part of the process just really feels nice. Like, I feel my jaw just just like cinching in.
For her contour, she just says that she lightly uses it all around on her jaw and cheeks. And I'll be doing the same. My screen is over here, so I'm looking here. If that makes any difference.
I'll go back with my powder down, and because a lot of the times I'm just so distracted because I'm like singing and literally.
After that step, she goes back in with the powder on under her eye because so she just lightly sweeps the powder on her face, under her eyes. And so Alia Bhatt listens to a lot of Punjabi rap, which I don't, but I would like to get into that as well. And let's see what the next step is.
Again, when I went for the Met Gala as well.
Okay, so next she moves on to blush, and since we already applied a peachy blush, I think it would be better that we continue with the peachy blush, and I think that's what she did because it's not very visible what color she used. So I'll be using the pink, the peach one.
I think one of my major like instruction make me look like a ball of blush. Okay, we need to go all out for the blush. I'm romantic, like dreamy, like beautiful. Just
so Alia says that applying blush is her favorite part, and so is mine. I just love applying blush on my face. I think it looks so cute. It just brings that healthy glow to the face, and overall just love it.
Lipstick. I'm gonna use this one, Palette Pillow Talk. I wore this to my wedding. That's how obsessed I am with this lip color. The way I apply my lipstick is not considered the way people apply their lipstick. Okay, it's a bit weird.
Okay, so here comes the final part, and Alia Bhatt uses Pillow Talk, which is quite an expensive shade, and I don't actually own it. So that color is actually close to her lip color. So I'll be using two different shades, which I think would match to my skin tone. And her way of application is actually quite unique. She rubs her lips on the lipstick. So I'll try to do the same. She goes like, lol, it's quite difficult. I don't know how she managed just to do that. This is so funny. Applying in her style was quite difficult for me, so I'm gonna do it my way.
And I rub it off. Because one thing my husband always, when he wasn't my husband, when he was my boyfriend as well, when we used to go out at night, he's like, wipe that off. Wipe that off.
Okay, that was quite controversial, and I think we can all agree that no one should tell you what to wear and what not to wear. Anyways, I'm also rubbing my lipstick off with the tissue just like she did. And overall, I'm just loving the look, and I think it looks quite natural and so subtle. It's perfect for everyday wear, and you can wear it to office, college, literally anywhere, because this is just so simple and really flattering on all skin tones. And I just love it. Bye bye.